Alright guys, so tonight we're going to do a review quick from Gold Strike Paydirts. Also their website is actually goldstrikeadventures.com. You can find the owner, Don Finley, on Facebook as well. Very knowledgeable man. He runs an adventure service out of Denver, Colorado. This is his $50 nugget bag. The thing I like to talk about, this is going to be a little different review than normal, only for the fact that Don is, an honest Paydirt seller. He's going to tell you exactly what you're going to get. There should be a nugget in here, and then any naturally occurring gold, but then the gold that he adds in is going to be 2 times spot. So if basically we're looking at a $50 bag, there should be about $20 to $25 worth of gold in it, and then anything extra that would naturally occur in the dirt as well. I'm just going to classify this down. That doesn't really look like there's a whole ton of rocks. I probably don't even need to do this, but we'll just sift through this real quick and get those bigger rocks down. Okay. And we're just going to take that pan and dump them right into there. And then that's the Paydirt. Come back over to here. And we're going to pan these rocks down quick. The other thing about Don, like I said, he is right out of Colorado. The nice thing about him is you can do guided tours. I am gonna, there's a nice nugget. So obviously, as the name says, it is his nugget bag. He guarantees a nugget in every bag, so that's it right there. Hopefully you can see that. I'll just put that off to the side for right now. But one of the reasons I really like him is he's a very honest man in the industry, very well known. Also though, let's say, I don't know, you want to use a dredge or the gold cube, for a while without deciding if it's actually for you or not. The nice thing about the adventures is Don's going to let you use all of his equipment. He's going to put you into a spot on the gold as well. And he makes sure that you're working it properly. I saw him get out all winter long. Even in December, I saw him taking out people. And he is in Colorado, like I said, right out of Denver. His Paydirt is for sale online. But one of the things he likes to say, and I really kind of liked his quote when we talked about Paydirt before, is it's not rocket science, it's rock science. People aren't going to give you more gold than what it's worth. You're hoping to find some natural occurring gold, but then most of the sellers that we found do add stuff back in. So again, with the adventure part of it, I am going to link out his website. Again, that's www.goldadventures.com. That's where you can buy his Paydirt. I don't know if he sells online or not. So, and that's in that first little top scoop right there, if you can see. Right through there. Also, as you talk to people throughout the industry, you can really gain a lot of knowledge. And that was one of the things, most recently, a friend of mine that had gone on an adventure with Don had to say is he'd been prospecting for years, but to really get an idea from a guide and to talk to about alluvial placer mining and panning and where you're looking for bedrock in those corners and bends, because gold travels in a straight line. I think really what he meant to say when he's talking to me most of the time is that the education alone that he got from Don just in that day was worth way more than anything he could have found. He did find gold as well. You know, I'm sure, I guess I can't speak to this for sure, but I'm sure that Don, if you didn't find gold, he'd make sure you found gold too. He's a man with a lot of integrity, and in this business that says a lot. A lot of people hide behind covers or you know, different names and entities and businesses so that you can't find them. Don is very upfront and visible. He's very active in the community. Real good friends with Dakota Red and with Mike Pung, the inventor of the gold cube. So on its own, when we look at sellers and who to buy stuff from, he's a guy that I would really trust for the fact, like I said, that he is going to add gold into the mix just so that you're not skunked on anything, but that he's actually giving you mining pay dirt that he's probably processed himself as he's been out hunting and on the rivers and on the claims as well. So. Get some of that overburden away. You kind of see that starting to show up in the edge there. Nice little color in every scoop so far. And again, I'm just going to suck this stuff right up. We'll separate it out towards the end of the video here. We're just going to keep right on going, rolling right along. Somewhere in the video here, you're also going to see me put up a little link to Gold Strike Adventures as well. Again, as a hobbyist and a prospector, you know, you can read a lot of books, you can do a lot of things, you can practice panning, but there's really nothing that beats experience on its own. And that's really, like I said, what you're going to get from a guy like Don is he's going to share his knowledge with you. I believe he's also got a son named Ryan that helps him out. His wife also helps on the adventures, so they're a family of gold feverists for sure. I did get a new pan too that I might use here eventually. I haven't seasoned it yet though, so I haven't taken it out just yet, but it's a Eastwig 10-inch pan. It's got your bigger riffles, invented riffles on the side, and then a smaller pattern as well off to the side for those fines once you get down to those black sands to help you separate that stuff out. Maybe I'll get it out in this video or the next one, but also I have probably 2 or 3 more pay dirts to review, and I will more than likely be retiring. There are too many people out there trying to be the gods of gold, and they think they're the most intelligent people in the world, and quite frankly, I'm just sick of dealing with all of them. I take the brunt of it for everybody. You know, I love my subscribers. I apologize to you guys because you know, I know it's been nice to see somebody do panning techniques instead of just showing you what's on the bottom of a pan at the end. But there's so many people out there that have such an inferiority complex about who they are. Northern Indiana Prospectors Association can go suck it as far as I'm concerned. They're a group that is a worthless formation of members. And so, as you go around to these groups, one of the things you'll hear me talk about all the time, guys, is goldprospectorspace.com. Do yourself a favor. Don't waste any time with these worthless groups on Facebook. Go to a real site like that, a site that's welcoming. There's going to be people there to help you, to give you suggestions, to talk to, just quite frankly, plain and simply. You don't have to worry about asking the questions or being treated like an idiot like most of these Facebook groups do. Indiana, anything on the East Coast, I'd stay away from them too. Again, something about New Yorkers and the Bronx and Queens. They're all Queens up there as far as I'm concerned. Again, I'll just feather this back a little bit so you can see what's there. And then we're just going to suck it all up. I'll separate it here in a little bit. He does have two bags. There's the $50 bag and I think a $100 bag. One is 3 pounds and the other is 6, I think. I'll look at what that is for sure before we get too into it here. I'll post it with the annotation. Again, to those loyal followers and subscribers, I know you're receiving the same kind of flack that I get when you're talking to people about Paydirt and reviews. You know, my biggest suggestion, like I said, get away from Facebook and people telling you how to pan and what's right or wrong. You'll determine what's right or wrong. Somebody can tell you how to do something by the book, but see this pan here? This is called a safety pan, and when you stop finding gold in there and you catch it all in here, that means you're doing your job and you're panning the way you want to be panning. Other than that, who cares what some idiot on Facebook tells you should be doing or not. I started this channel to try to help you guys stay away from bad buyers, or excuse me, sellers of Paydirt. And in general, there's plenty of them out there. You know, I've given you guys a few thumbs up, but you know, the goal of this channel was never to tell you who to buy from. I was really to tell you more of who to stay away from, like Kids Puke, Benjamin Caldwell, Worthless Gentleman, call you out by name for sure because you're that terrible. So again, you know, it was guys and sellers like him that I started this channel for, to protect the people that are buying Paydirt out there, because there's hundreds and thousands of people buying it. Guys, this channel's taken off. It's only 3 months old. And you guys are sharing, and you're sharing your experiences, and I get emails every day talking about, you know, what you got from this seller or that seller, or how this person treated you. And I'd like you to continue that on. The channel's always going to be up. I'm not going to delete any videos or anything. You know, and like I've always told you, share your experiences. Maybe I'll come back on and comment from time to time. Maybe after the summer, after prospecting's done for the summer, maybe I'll review a couple more Paydirts. But for right now, those haters win. They're just not worth dealing with. You know, some good groups. You know, there are a couple good groups on Facebook. There's not many. I think the Arizona Gold Prospectors Association and Seekers groups are pretty good. There's a couple out of California that are pretty good. Ohio is usually decent. A lot of good people there. Let's see. Oh, Minnesota Gold Prospectors Association is not bad. I'm just trying to think of anybody else that I'd recommend you to. So again, as we're panning, we're making sure all this material is saturated all the way down to the bottom. That's how gold drops. Gold is, some people say 10, most people say 17. A lot of people even say 19 times heavier than water. The point of it is it's heavier than water. So when it comes in contact with water, rather than floating it, it is going to sink down to the bottom. But the only way it's going to do that is if we're keeping this material in here saturated. And that's really what that spinning motion, the side to side, the tap is going to be. As you lay it forward, you're putting your pan down in, pulling it out, and flushing those sands away. Again, those lighter materials, we don't care. One thing that you'll always hear people say is you start looking for gold too soon. You know, some people are looking for gold already at this point. You shouldn't really see gold yet, especially you know, in this size. After it's been screened down, we got that one nice nugget out of there. The stuff that's this size is going to be hiding in a blanket of black sands and heavier minerals and deposits at the bottom. Garnets, rubies, sapphires, if there's those chips, those type of things. Not going to be with these blonde sands on the top. So again, this is Colorado pay dirt. And probably the first honest seller that I've ever come across that admits, you know, to what the formula is. I had an idiot comment on my post the other day about how sorry, that pan floating around is driving me crazy, about how convenient some of my reviews are, that they always come to 0.2 grams on their own. Well, yeah, that's not convenience. If you weren't an idiot and if you would have paid attention to the channel, you'd know that that's what we're looking for. We're trying to see if every time you buy a bag from a seller, you get 0.2 grams in it. Because guess what? Then you know somebody's adding gold to it. They're not giving you raw material. You're not finding that extra stuff. But, of course, there's got to be a jackass around all the time. So that jackass, in my book, can kiss my ass as well. As you can see, definitely time for me to retire, because this has been more of a chore than anything enjoyable. When I started panning and prospecting, it was a lot of fun, to be quite honest with you. I love it for my subscribers. I love hearing you guys talk about, you know, you learn the tap. You know, Mike calls this the belly rub, where it's the front and forward. Instead of the swooshing side to side, you're letting that gold, because gold likes to bounce, you're letting that walk right up to the top there and concentrate in a level. Instead of doing the spin around, because every time you bring this back and twirl it, no matter how much material is in there, you're gonna wash away the material that's there. When you're giving it that kind of speed, that's enough momentum for it to wash around the dirt and the gold, excuse me. So, you know, here we got a nice piece here on top. I don't know if you can see that. The more we spin, the further over it gets, right? So that's where that tap comes in, is you're leading that gold and you're walking it right up to the top. All right, I'm going to do a hard stop right here quick, and we'll be right back. Okay. About 6 or 7 more pans of that left, I think. We're just going to strip down this material here a little quicker. You know, again, suggestions on how you can pan. Some people like that side-to-side motion. Let that stuff sweep away. I like the wave motion. So I like getting it at an angle, setting it in the water, lifting it off, and letting it just pull those lighter materials away. Sometimes you do both. Sometimes it's real thick and black sand. You know, you don't want to use that roll from side to side. You'd want to do more of the wave action. But the key is we can get rid of all of that light overburdens, because nothing until we get down into those darker, heavier materials is important. So again, like I said, me too. Obviously people don't listen to my reviews because they know no matter what I do for panning, I go through this material again. I don't do that on video, obviously, because our videos would be 4 hours long then. But I give every seller their fair shake, and I go through And sometimes, depending upon how difficult the material is, even if I don't find anything in there the second time, I'll triple check it. You know, if something's really heavy with black sands or again, we're just gonna suck up that line right there. Dump some more of that in. Also, you guys have seen John at USA Detectors. Great supporter of goldprospectorspace.com. Always got some giveaways. Go ahead and like his page. He does some giveaways on his page as well. For every, I think it's basically 100 likes he gets, he's been doing some type of promotion. Your best benefit, though, is to call the man. He's going to work out a deal, try to treat you better than any of the major companies, Kelco, or you know, ordering from a Garrett supplier. He has all of those options at his disposal, plus the gold prospecting equipment and kits, panning. You know, obviously with the name, it does have a lot more detectors, but he's really branched off into the gold supplier business as well. So check him out. I think also what I'm going to be doing shortly, since I am retiring, is putting a kind of montage together of all of my reviews. You know, maybe clips of the first minutes, or moving them into DVD form as well. Also be selling some panning and some instructional videos. And I am currently working on something as well that'll be offered on Amazon. So I'll tell all you guys when that's available and what to look for when it comes out. I think most of you will be interested in it and try to make it as interesting as possible. So. Also for Kim, I will get this pan out into the creeks this or the rivers and creeks this summer. The turbo pan. We do have a full review to do on that yet as well. I just wanted to give him a fair review when I had more room to work with it rather than just this tub here. We still do have that concentrator coming up. I was trying to work on something with Gold Cube. But evidently they don't think you guys would buy their product, which to me I think is completely absurd, because I talk to a number of you guys every day, and everybody's looking for a better fine gold recovery machine. And quite frankly, as far as I know and as far as I've heard, Gold Cube is the best, but because they haven't agreed to let me review it, I can't speak to that, just because I've never used one before. I know plenty of people that have. Enjoyed talking to Mike and really learning about the science behind the Gold Cube. Some exciting things is he's got some portable units he said that they're working on that should be coming out in the next year or two. Kind of bucket options where you can backpack it into an area that you're prospecting rather than putting everything you own on a wheelchair like Mike and bringing it out. But until those things are announced, they're kind of as secretive to me as they are to you. But like I said, if I would get out and be in the rivers more often, I definitely would buy that machine just to show it to you guys. But I don't know if they're concerned if I wouldn't use it enough or not show it properly. But that's their choice. They do have it obviously in almost every major, there's a nice little garnet, television program out there. What I think is funny though is, other than Bering Sea Gold, I don't think I've ever seen it used. Parker was talking, Mike was talking on a radio show the other night that I was listening to, and he said Parker has a 10 stack gold cube, but never once have you seen him use it on television. And that's actually what I wanted to do for you guys, is to sit back and to show you how it works and how people run it, and some different options. There's some nice garnets in here. I'll save these black sands to go through again yet. So all in all, some real nice fine gold that this is pulling out. Another group actually on Facebook that I would suggest you follow, speaking of the Gold Cube, is the Gold Cube Association of America. It started, I think, by Casey Morgan and V. Morgan, which are two miners in, gosh, I think it's Arizona, but it might be California actually, area. And they're out on their adventures all the time. They actually helped at the Mesa Gold Show, I think, help Mike with the experience that the gold shows are bringing to buyers, where you can use the products right there at the show. And see how they work. Going to float a little more of this lighter material off. Like I said, I'll probably save these black sands to go through a little better. All right. And we're just going to start with the easy stuff. Clear away most of that black sand. That all up there, as you can see. And push it all back down. And this is really when your patience kicks in. We're just going front and back, just to try to get the gold to stay and those lighter black sands to walk away. And what I might do, since now we know there's not a ton of gold left in here, is start to walk some of it down off that ledge. Again, be watching in your pan as stuff's moving by. There's a lot of fine flour gold and stuff, especially if you're getting mined out pay dirt, meaning not manufactured but actual from a dredge or a high bank or whatever it may be. Do again, just because we'll go through those. Not bad looking gold here, guys. Throw that nugget in there. Couple little pickers here too. So, hopefully you can see that. Not bad at all. I'm going to go back through those tailings, get everything dried out, and we'll get a weight for you. All right. So there it is. Not too bad a looking gold. Again, fast shipping. Was here in 3 days from Colorado. Comes with that nice little gunny sack. I do like that. I like little novelty things no matter what they are. This is his $50 bag. Did come with that nice little nugget there. 0.6 grams it weighed in at. And so roughly a little over $20 worth of gold. So again, right where it should be, right where it's added into, and then he makes that very clear. Nice looking gold, fun to pan. It was a challenge. I did go back through those other ones just to make sure I didn't miss anything. More importantly though, really what I want you guys to do is check out his website, www.goldadventures.com. Amazing time to be had. Everybody I've talked to loves him. Every time I've talked to him, it's been a pleasure to talk to him and work with him and to pick his brain. Like I said, he's always willing to share some information. So until next time, may there always be some color in the bottom of your pan.